And what's going on here is really interesting, because what you need is, if you look at the Netflix model, it's really about management's about making sure that you're giving the right pieces of context and synthesizing across organizations. There is no matter how you organize this, when you have a large group of people, there's not enough. Not every person can understand everything that's going on, and not every person will be aligned. Like, people will pull in different directions no matter what you do, and they'll have different understandings and different contexts. So the role of management is really to ensure that we get the right pieces of information and the right decisions, and that those decisions happen at the right places. Right? Sometimes that means pushing the decisions down. Sometimes it means pulling the decisions up to make sure that they happen in a coordinated fashion. Right? And so hence we get people aligned and actually doing things together. And what I find really interesting, often when you look at large organizations, and I remember, especially as a junior, I used to look at senior managers and executives and CEOs and things like that and think, I could do those jobs. Those decisions are not particularly hard. Because in many ways, they're not. Like, in many cases, they're not actually that hard. And you can look at the decisions they're making and critique them, and we can be armchair managers and sit back and say, you're doing all the wrong things. Look at Tim Cox doing this. Look at Zuckerberg doing that. But the realistic what's going on here is that the hard part is not actually making the decision. It's getting a large number of highly motivated, highly intelligent, really lots of context people going in the same direction, whatever that direction is. I mean, you have to decide on the direction, but every decision is going to have people who like that decision and don't like that decision. Right? And every decision, like, if especially in a strategy situation, you're doing something that might disrupt your core business. As a leader, you need, especially at the senior level, you need to manage that and somehow get these people going in the same direction so that they don't fight each other. And if you look at most organizations, my experience of especially large organizations, but even medium to small ones, so much energy goes into internal politics and internal debates, and those people are trying to fight against these people. And if only customer service would do the right thing, then we'd all be successful here. Right. And that's the work of management, is to really, like, that's the core, the fundamental work of management is to make sure that isn't the problem, that problem goes away and is coordinated so that everyone has got their attention on the customer and on delivering the strategy and on delivering value to the customer. And we're putting some of our personal ambitions and our team ambitions behind us and focusing on how do we do things that work for the whole company, which means making trade-offs that some individuals are going to find very difficult. So I don't know whether that answers the question perfectly well,